Early dawn bathes the canyon. Light swoons down the cliffs. Sky leaks into deep crevasses and runs purples into the river, still dark with night. Coyotes are sleeping somewhere, curled up in their softness. Shadows hide beneath the roses, leaves unfold into reflected light, and all these words seem to paint a dream of morning. But this is a cascade of ideas, never punctuating the seamless flow of perception or isolating a singer. It feels like an inseparable flow of what I know not, as there is nothing flowing, no outside or inside or place where there is not this edgeless sea dream, never halting, never moving. No one drinks this juiciness of life, intoxicated with all that seems to appear, undeniable yet ungraspable. No one is enchanted by the taste of morning tea, steam rising, curling, fading. Tea is a word that seems to separate this liquid from the glass. Glass is a word. Separate is a word. There is no sense of someone watching the morning or writing these words, no feeling that there are actual separate things or time. All dissolves, yet never was. Thought is just a part of this chorus, bursting and subsiding simultaneously, light and dark and colors pouring, shaping liquid memories into a tale of a girl who was ravaged and resurrected into this infinite and deeply intimate dream, bathed in the deepest memory of love that need not be known, as love seems to know itself. Words form our lips, our teeth, our mouths, this very kiss. They skip nakedly through open fields, gathering flowers in their mouths and dirt on their feet. Waves of grasses brush their knees as light and dark and colors pour from their fingers, burning clouds and sunsets into infinite sky. And the memory of rain, slowly, gently, pouring the wet off of raindrops and skimming echoes off the ocean, tossing reflections of sky into sky, as sky blooms into songs of above and below, spinning imaginary horizons into the fabric of your life, and dissolves the imaginary lines between you and love. Sipping starlight in your eyes, I am the wetness and the light and the love shining. There are not enough words to paint these tears, these hearts exploding, imploding into tsunamis of joy and sorrow, washing through the ocean of dreams, where silence is a word, and love is a word, and words are words. Lilting across a backbeat of wonder, colors slide off the rainbow and into your eyes. Form your heart into the three most beautiful words, I love you. These songs can empty your heart of ideas of love and melt your empty hand, reaching for an imaginary sky. Ocean of love has no sides, no surface nor bottom, deeper than bottomlessness itself, swallowing itself, singing itself, pouring through itself, wet in wet in wet in wet. Tears are the hush of meaningless words. Love speaks in all tongues, foreign and familiar. The heart sings rippling rainbow currents that cascade through the taste of infinite hues of love. We slide through colors dissolving and arise in this perfect kiss. Are these your wings? Is this your heart beating? Whose song, whose words, whose tears? Words slide the steam off your bathroom mirror as you watch your lips form kisses and sing questions about the nature of meaning and wonder. How many more words until the end of my story? Yet end is a word and story is a story. What are wings? What is sky? What separates the feathers from the wings but words? Meaning and non-meaning are words, playing pin the tail on the donkey when there is no tail to chase. As you are the story of seeking a safe place where everything makes sense, where there are things like truth and a ground of being, something you can count on for stability. Yet truth is a description, a word that seems to separate a piece of sky from sky. What pours through your jugular of flame? What is it that burns you alive but love? Whose love? What is love beyond the word? What is beyond? What is outside the words, if outside is a word? Perhaps what you fear and long for, what you are seeking, is not a what? Perhaps the very assumption that there is something to find and a someone to find it is a myth, a story of this and that and time. But you have never found a next, have you? What you are seeking is already the case, utterly obvious and inescapable, yet unreachable and unattainable, as there is no one separate to reach it or attain it. Your heart aching, your empty hands reaching, are not separate from this symphony of perception and its inseparable recognition, simultaneously blooming and wilting without ever becoming a thing, a flower you can hold and treasure. All is this magical show, this enchantment that has no solidity or liquidity. This is not an it, as there are no edges or sides. Can you find an outside to what is going on? If there is no outside, is there an inside? What sense, what meaning lies in these words? What is truth? Where will you hide when death is near? And it is always here, your beautiful death, although you never lived. This exquisite sensuality, this rich and lush and delicate aliveness anoints your eyes with the wetness of scintillating prisms, and breaks your heart with a tsunami of desire to capture this obvious magic that you long to surrender to dissolve into. The enchantment has no solidity, and that is the magic. This is the ravenous beauty you long for and fear, the landscape of sorrow and joy, rolling hills and towering peaks and long, empty deserts that have no mirage. It is all mirage, and you can never drink the waters, as you are not separate from these magical tales of love and love lost that pour through your fingertips like rain, like tears, like time, when it was not. But it never was. It is simply memory which colors in this seamless light and sound show, this surround sound of life which has no edge or middle. This intoxication requires no special drink, nor magic words to read or repeat. There is no magician, no storyteller, no ancient grains of sand flowing through an hourglass, dissolving the glass back into the empty beaches you wandered, looking for clues, turning over shells, rolling in, rolling out. Waves cannot be stopped. The sea has no other side. It has no sides at all. Ocean has no drops nor water, yet you taste the saltiness of your tears and fall. It is all falling into and through itself, these currents of love that have no edge and cannot be plucked or discarded, as your hands, your heart, are not empty or full or separate from this river of oceans echoing in that empty shell. The blood, the bones, the heart, the nautilus unwinds, all unfolds spontaneously as it dissolves. Love listens to itself through your heartbeat, sees itself through the prisms of your eyes. Love cannot be, and yet love cannot not be. When it feels like there is no one separate from the dream of separation, it never occurs to struggle, to surrender, or escape. We are already drowned. My fingertips caress this gentle rain as it flows into and through me. I am drowned, dissolved, suspended as this softness, these tears, this rainbow hovering in the garden. No one dissolved, no one is reaching to grasp the colors, floating. No one is trying to hold on to the magic that cannot be found or lost, or saved for a rainy day. Rain is magic, as well as longing for a sunny day. What is love? What is love not? Plucking the petals one by one, rose petals pressed into beads, flavored by the afternoons and long dark nights of hope and fear. Thorns punctured my fingers and ripped my heart, bit by bit. The lines around love and not love dissolved. They never were. What is sound? What is silence? Is there anything between these lines, between these words, underneath these letters, inside this book of poems, weaving and unraveling a flowing tapestry of lines and squiggles? Patternless patterns cast into the long, dark night. Stars tell your story, a fairy tale of love and love lost, the beauty of a shooting star burning in its own heat and light. Songs ancient and new are written with the same words, as are we. Simply stories, unique and familiar. Galaxies spinning in our own rhythms, arms reaching, never crossing this impossible distance between here and there, as these are words, ideas, with no solidity or liquidity. We are this running commentary dancing. We are formed and separated only by these words, this breath held in the roundness of my mouth, spluttering out through my teeth, my lips kissing air, kissing space, kissing nothing at all. This sumptuous aliveness, this emptiness and fullness of love. The tide left her signature on the long empty beaches, traceries of elegant script rising and falling, dancing across the sands. Wind kissed the wetness out of your tears, weeping at the beauty and the loss of it all. Your heart is the ocean, and had no need to decipher the language of moon. No anchor was needed, as there is no bottom. Wind and sails, a distant horizon, are the echoes of memory, as well as an other shore where the moon hid long ago, in a fairy tale of never and forever, and the longing for her song to fill your broken heart. Yet the lullaby had no one to soothe. There was no empty heart, no brokenness to mend, no magic spell that would push the darkness away, so you could dance always in unbroken light. You have always been dancing as love in love, as light and dark are the serenade of colors of all feeling, all sensation. You are an imaginary center that seems to swirl and dance through a magical dream of time and space, but all distance and measurement are ideas, like colors in a painting with autumn leaves in the rain. Where is the wetness? Where is the color? There are no blanks until you get to the edge. What lies outside of the frame but an imaginary perspective of outside and inside? What is outside of outside? Is there anything inside these words sliding through your mind stream, this monologue that has no end or beginning outside of the words end and beginning? Can you jump into the painting, or are you already there? There are no rainbows without you. There is no here or there, or both or neither. There is no gap or in between, as love is the words and the space